Welcome back Liverpool fans. Liverpool are cooking something huge. A £26.4 million giant defender, an untouchable midfielder, and a blockbuster deal that could change everything at Anfield. This January window might be massive. Our first news is Liverpool latest new manager shortlist revealed amid fresh contract standoff. Our first news is the latest Liverpool news as Arne Slot faces pressure for Liverpool's poor start to the season while the Reds are facing yet another battle over player contracts. Liverpool's title defence has been a disaster thus far. The Reds' 3-0 drubbing by Manchester City marked their second consecutive defeat before the international break, following a 2-1 loss to Crystal Palace in September. After 11 matches, Arne Slot's team find themselves in 8th place in the table, trailing league leaders Arsenal by 8 points. Despite showing signs of improvement with successive victories over Aston Villa and Real Madrid, the Reds look back to square one. Following Sunday's thrashing at the hands of City, the Liverpool manager is coming under increasing pressure. The result has even led the Dutchman to put any talk of a title challenge on hold for now. With rumors of a shortlist being prepared should Slot lose his position and a contract issue looming for Liverpool, the Echo takes a look at the latest news from Anfield. New manager, shortlist. While Slot still enjoys the support of the Liverpool board, a list of names he was reportedly up against before becoming Liverpool manager has emerged. The Daily Mail reports that before Fenway Sports Group's FSG decision to appoint the Premier League winning Dutchman, they considered approaches for Sebastian Hoeneß of Stuttgart and former Brighton, now Marseille coach, Roberto De Zerbi. Michel from Girona, Ernesto Valverde of Athletic Bilbao and Luciano Spalletti, formerly of Italy and now the Juventus boss, were also in the mix. The report claims the Reds could potentially look to return for those targets should Slot depart, although that scenario remains unlikely. It also highlights Crystal Palace's Oliver Glasner and Bournemouth's Andoni Iraola as names to watch, while Íñigo Perez of Rayo Vallecano is also flagged up as a manager who has made waves in the football world for his coaching skills. French legend Zinedine Zidane, who has been jobless since leaving Real Madrid in 2021, is also mentioned. However, Zidane has reportedly kept himself at arm's length from managing in the Premier League in the past. Vincent Kompany, who is currently impressing with Bayern Munich, was another name thrown into the hat, although a move to City in the future, should Pep Guardiola depart the club, seems more probable. Triple contract issue. Just months after sorting out the long-standing contract stalemates with Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk, Liverpool appear to be facing a new challenge on that front. Current contracts for the midfield trio of Alexis Mac Allister, Ryan Gravenberch and Dominic Szoboszlai are nearing their end, with the Premier League title winners naturally in demand and their contracts due to expire in 2028. The Daily Mail reports that negotiations are underway, with the Reds trying to secure the players who were signed in the summer of 2023. Liverpool are reportedly seeking long-term deals that reflect the players' value in the squad. However, the agents representing all three players are reportedly pushing for improved contracts. Gravenberch has emerged as the Reds' standout performer this campaign, though his agent's remarks connecting the midfielder with Real Madrid are likely to concern supporters at Anfield. Stay tuned for all the latest Liverpool transfer news, contract updates, and insider reactions from Anfield. Subscribe now for daily Liverpool FC updates and breaking football news. Our second news is Liverpool news. Arne Slot replacement shortlist emerges amid new triple contract dilemma. The latest Liverpool news as Arne Slot faces pressure for Liverpool's poor start to the season while the Reds are facing another contract standoff. Liverpool's title defence has gone from bad to worse so far this season. The Reds' 3-0 thrashing at the hands of Manchester City was the second defeat in a row that preceded the international break, following their 2-1 loss to Crystal Palace in September. With 11 games played, Arne Slot's side are left 8th in the table and are already 8 points behind league leaders Arsenal. The Reds had looked like they had turned a corner with back-to-back wins over Aston Villa and Real Madrid, but now find themselves back where they started. Reds boss Arne Slot now finds himself facing more pressure following Sunday's hammering at City. The outcome means the Dutchman has even shelved any talk of a title challenge for now. With a tentative shortlist reportedly drawn up should Slot lose his job and a contract dilemma on the horizon for Liverpool, Mirror Football takes a look at the latest news from Anfield. Slot replacement shortlist. While Slot continues to have the backing of the Liverpool hierarchy, a shortlist of contenders that could take his place should he lose his job at Anfield has materialized, according to the Daily Mail, prior to Fenway Sports Group's, FSG, decision to hire the Premier League winning Dutchman. They entertained moves for the likes of Sebastian Hoeneß of Stuttgart and former Brighton, and now Marseille coach, Roberto De Zerbi. Michel from Girona, Ernesto Valverde of Athletic Bilbao and Luciano Spalletti, then of Italy and now the Juventus boss, were also considered. The report also name-checks Crystal Palace's Oliver Glasner and Bournemouth's Andoni Iraola as names of interest. Íñigo Perez of Rayo Vallecano is also mentioned as a manager who has gained traction in the footballing world for his coaching prowess. French icon Zinedine Zidane, who has been out of a job since leaving Real Madrid in 2021, is also mentioned. However, Zidane has reportedly distanced himself from managing in the Premier League in the past. Vincent Kompany, who is currently performing well with Bayern Munich, was another candidate mentioned, although a move to City in the future, should Pep Guardiola leave the club, is much more likely. Triple contract issue. Just months on after resolving the long-running contract standoffs with Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk, Liverpool look to be facing a fresh battle on that front. Current deals for the midfield trio of Alexis Mac Allister, Ryan Gravenberch and Dominic Szoboszlai are coming to a head, with the Premier League title winners naturally in demand and their contracts expiring in 2028. The Daily Mail says that talks are taking place, with the Reds trying to tie down the players who were signed in the summer of 2023. Liverpool are reportedly looking for long-term deals that represent the players' worth in the squad. However, agents of all three stars are keen for bigger contracts, the report says. Gravenberch has been the Reds' standout performer this season, but comments from his agent linking the player with Real Madrid will worry Liverpool fans. When Ryan was 16, Barca called us, Gravenberch's agent said via the Mail. They wanted to sign him, but his father and I prioritized his development. He's good enough for Real Madrid. He added, we would love for him to play for them, but Liverpool would ask for a lot of money. I know they've had their eye on him, but now it's impossible. Stay tuned for all the latest Liverpool transfer news, contract updates, and insider reactions from Anfield. Subscribe now for daily Liverpool FC updates and breaking football news. Our third news is Liverpool handed transfer warning as surprise ex-Arsenal alternative offered. Liverpool want a new central defender after failing to land Marc Guehi in the summer transfer window, and have been handed a key warning by one of their former players. Liverpool are at risk of missing out on a deal for Marc Guehi, and have been warned that missing out on Champions League football could seal their fate. After 11 games, the Reds sit in 8th place in the Premier League and have lost 4 of their last 5 Premier League matches. Arne Slot's side agreed a deal for Guehi to come to Anfield before Crystal Palace pulled the plug on the deal in the final hours. The Eagle star is set to leave Selhurst Park next summer when his contract expires, and he will be available on a free transfer. In January, the England international will be permitted to speak with European clubs and sign a pre-agreement after entering the final 6 months of his contract. The likes of Real Madrid and Bayern Munich have already been linked to attempts to sign the former Chelsea trainee, that has put Liverpool on the back foot, but Jason McAteer has warned his former club to pick up their form if they want to keep their hopes alive. Being a free agent brings everyone into the conversation. It brings Bayern Munich in, it brings Real Madrid, Barcelona and other clubs in as well, McAteer told Ace Odds. If Liverpool drop off, there is no guarantee that they will qualify for the Champions League, and that could be one thing which Guehi wants when moving as a free agent. It could also be a change of culture or something else. He might end up at Real Madrid, and Guehi is a real talent who would go directly into the first team. It really is a concern that Liverpool missed out on him. McAteer has suggested that Liverpool could turn their attention to another player if they do miss out. The ex-Sunderland midfielder reckons Anfield Chiefs should look in the direction of the Stadium of Light. The 54-year-old has been impressed with how Dan Ballard has adapted to the Premier League, particularly when facing the club where he was developed, Arsenal. Competition will soon gather for him too, the ex-Republic of Ireland international believes. Daniel Ballard from Sunderland has had a fantastic start to his Premier League career. His performance against Arsenal was really mature, McAteer said. He might be in the conversation, but the longer he plays in the Premier League and the more matches he gets under his belt, he might cost £40 to £50 million. Just like Huijsen, who went to Real Madrid. A lot of teams will be looking at him. Stay tuned for all the latest Liverpool transfer news, contract updates, and insider reactions from Anfield. Subscribe now for daily Liverpool FC updates and breaking football news. Our fourth news is Liverpool legend delivers Premier League title race verdict with clear message. Liverpool are currently in 8th place in the Premier League table after their 3-0 defeat to Manchester City before the international break. Liverpool icon Robbie Fowler has laid bare why he reckons his former side are already out of the Premier League title race this campaign. The Merseyside outfit sit 8th in the table following their 3-0 defeat to Manchester City ahead of the international break. The Etihad defeat means Liverpool have now suffered 5 league losses this term and collected just 18 points from 11 matches. The reverse also means the Reds have already exceeded the number of defeats they endured during their title-winning campaign last season, 4. Arne Slot's men trail leaders Arsenal by 8 points with 27 fixtures remaining this term, but may already be prioritizing Champions League qualification instead. Consequently, Fowler has outlined why he believes the points gap between Liverpool and Arsenal already puts the title beyond the Reds' grasp, reports the Liverpool Echo. The manager will come out and he'll say all of the right things, and you can't say, "We've given up," 'cause that looks terrible from an outsider looking in, Fowler said during an appearance on the Good, the Bad and the Football podcast. You've got to have a little bit of realism as well, because history tells you there's probably only been 2 teams that have won the Premier League on the back of 6 or 7 defeats. So if Liverpool are going to win the league now, they've got to win virtually every game. They can't even draw games, they've got to win them. So I think they're out of the title. Liverpool will return to Premier League action on November 22 when they will host Nottingham Forest at Anfield. That will be followed by a Champions League clash against PSV Eindhoven before 3 top-flight matches in the space of a week against West Ham, Sunderland, Leeds United. Slot admitted that, while he and Liverpool are not looking at the title race, the number of losses this term will make defending the league crown difficult to achieve. It feels like too many, said Slot after the defeat to City. The last thing I should speak about is the title race. We should focus on getting results after results after results. We are 8th now, and one team is quite far ahead, while City are 4 points behind Arsenal. The last thing we should focus on is the title race. We could do it last season but not the seasons before. We need to improve, that is obvious. A new manager shortlist has reportedly been leaked, while Arne Slot faces fresh pressure amid a triple contract standoff inside the squad. Meanwhile, Harvey Elliott's Aston Villa loan nightmare raises big questions about his future, and a shock twist sees FSG suddenly pulling out of a £114 million deal due to major concerns. Plus, a Liverpool legend delivers a clear verdict on the Premier League title race, and it's something fans won't want to miss. Stay tuned for all the latest breaking updates, transfer rumors, contract news and behind-the-scenes drama from Anfield. YNWA subscribe for daily Liverpool news. Stay tuned for all the latest Liverpool transfer news, contract updates, and insider reactions from Anfield. Subscribe now for daily Liverpool FC updates and breaking football news. Our fifth news is Harvey Elliott's Aston Villa nightmare, loan clause and chance of Liverpool return. Liverpool starlet Harvey Elliott made a season-long loan move to Aston Villa at the end of the summer transfer window, but things have not gone to plan for him so far. It was never meant to happen like this. Harvey Elliott never wanted to leave Liverpool, even on loan, and now his Aston Villa spell has gone about as badly as it could have done. Elliott had established himself as part of Liverpool's plans under Jurgen Klopp, playing more than 30 league games in each of the Germans' last 2 seasons. Things were tougher under Arne Slot, though, and, for the first time since joining the Reds as a teenager, he was considering a move. With a World Cup on the horizon, Elliott was aiming to build on his under-21 Euros win with England by kicking on and making the senior squad. However, while under-21 colleague Alex Scott has made the step up to the seniors, Elliott's Aston Villa nightmare has left him as far from a call-up as ever. "Look, if I had it my way, I'd be here for the rest of my career, it's as simple as that. I love everything about the club," Elliott told the Anfield Wrap over the summer. "But at the same time I kind of need to be selfish with myself and see what's best for me. I have big ambitions. I want to go to the World Cup. I want to keep being successful as a player. I think it's still something I need to review," he continued. "I need to have a talk with everyone, really, and review the situation because we've had many new players come in, so whether it blocks the path for me I'm not sure. It's something I need to decide and have a look at. My main focus is here now. At the moment I'm here for the season, as far as I'm aware, unless if anything changes. We have a busy pre-season, it's non-stop. I need to make sure I'm focused on that and just be ready for everything." Elliott was a substitute more than a starter in Klopp's final season, at least as far as the league was concerned, but averaged a goal or assist every 111 minutes in the league or every 155 minutes across all competitions. His contributions per minute record under Slot was slightly better, but that doesn't mean a great deal when you consider he managed just 822 minutes in the league, domestic cups and Champions League combined. There were impressive performances hidden within that, though, not least a cameo against Paris Saint-Germain at the Parc des Princes. It's no surprise that there was interest in the 22-year-old, with West Ham and RB Leipzig both linked, but Villa certainly looks to have been the wrong choice. Since joining Unai Emery's side on a season-long loan, Elliott has played just 167 minutes in all competitions. He has started just once in the Premier League, a 45-minute run-out against former club Fulham, and his only action of any kind since that match at the end of September was a 4-minute cameo against Feyenoord in the Europa League. Villa will be forced to buy him permanently for a fee in the region of £30 million if he makes 10 appearances, but that's far from a certainty. He's on 5 so far, but didn't even make the matchday squad for the last 3 league games, though that includes a game against parent club Liverpool for which he was ineligible. According to The Athletic, there is no recall clause in the deal and neither club has expressed a desire to cancel the loan. This is despite Liverpool planning for Mo Salah to head to Morocco for the Africa Cup of Nations and despite the same publication indicating Villa's new number 9 was manager Emery's third choice behind former loanee Marco Asensio and West Ham star Lucas Paqueta. Stay tuned for all the latest Liverpool transfer news, contract updates, and insider reactions from Anfield. Subscribe now for daily Liverpool FC updates and breaking football news. Our last news is Liverpool owners FSG suddenly pull out of £114 million deal, due to 2 concerns. Fenway Sports Group have been Liverpool's owners since 2010 and were reportedly looking to invest in another club in Europe. Fenway Sports Group, FSG, the owners of Liverpool, are reportedly no longer interested in completing a takeover of a La Liga club. The American investment group have been at the helm of the Anfield outfit since October 2010, after they completed a takeover from previous owners Tom Hicks and George Gillett. Under FSG's ownership, Liverpool have won 2 Premier League titles, 1 Champions League, 3 League Cups, 1 FA Cup and 1 Club World Cup title. It was also FSG, who are led by principal owner John W. Henry, that appointed Jurgen Klopp as manager in 2015 and his successor, Arne Slot. There have been rumors and reports for the last few years claiming that FSG are looking to invest in another club outside England. Spain has been earmarked as a potential location for investment for the United States-based investment group, with La Liga outfit Getafe a club that FSG had supposedly been looking at buying. Reports emerged in the summer that FSG were in talks with Getafe's current ownership about the possibility of a takeover. There were even suggestions of a deal being in place worth more than £100 million if an agreement could be reached, with the La Liga outfit said to have been valued at around £160 million. However, a report in Spanish news outlet Marca has claimed that FSG have dropped their interest in a takeover of Getafe. It has been claimed that FSG have two reasons for no longer pursuing a deal to complete a takeover for the club. The report states that La Liga's salary limit rules have put off FSG from buying Getafe, with the laws said to be preventing Liverpool's owners from spending the money they would like in a short space of time to improve the squad. Getafe, with the laws said to be preventing Liverpool's owners from spending the money they would like in a short space of time to improve the squad. It has also been reported that the age of Getafe's current squad, which, according to Transfermarkt, averages out at 28.2, is not ideal from FSG's perspective. FSG are said to be looking to buy a club with the aim of being able to develop young players to potentially sell for profit or have as a stepping stone before joining Liverpool. It has been stated that FSG are no longer looking to complete a deal with Getafe club president Angel Torres, and it now remains to be seen where the Liverpool owners will turn to next in their search for a new club to buy. Thanks for watching. That's all for today's transfer update. But the transfer window never sleeps, and neither do we. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the latest Liverpool FC transfer news, rumors, and confirmed deals. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update, because at LFC Transfer HQ, you'll never walk alone.